a few minutes. It is now November 13th, 2025. I guess today, I guess for those of you that are out there, your favorite uh, your favorite Coliseum and gladiators, non-war, non your non-fighting warriors are back in the Coliseum. I tell you, there's a lot of, I mean, no matter what you believe in or what you think about, what you believe in, and I'm not here to guide you in that, but I'm just telling you, there's a lot of rhetoric going on here. These people, I want to say good morning to everyone and thank you so much for coming in. Thank you guys so much before I get started on this, because I'm probably going to I'm going to get on here and I'm just going to go. I'm just going to tell you what I think about this whole, because my whole little rhetorical x-ray machine is just going off. I saw now this is inspired by, of course, I'm going to be checking in with the breaking news throughout the day, but I wanted to come to you first and just tell you that I saw this coverage on Fox News in which one of their journalists or commentators were on there talking about, basically opening up with this bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, warless gladiator saying, "Oh, you're back in the Capitol. The lights are on." And it's just this horrible gladiator, this Coliseum. Your favorite Coliseum is open again with these feckless warriors. They just open up with complete blasphemous mockery. It's a mockery of whether you believe, whether you're a follower of Christ. It's a mockery of the common man. It's nothing more than just a script, a horrible script, and people's lives were on the line. And all they can do, even now, they've still got this dialectic crap going on. That's the immediate thing that they point to. Oh, the Democrats got nothing. Oh, it's just so gross in so many ways. There's so much symbolism. When I think about when people use the word light and darkness, well, this was, I'm just thinking back to the time in which, even we can go back to the Biden administration and think about the time where he talks about a long, dark winter. Well, we have darkness, and it's orchestrated by them. It's only when your leaders from your Coliseum tell you can turn the lights back on. It's only when your leaders say that you can go back to work. It's only when your leaders say that you can go back and clean up and sweep up the crap and sweep out the darkness and turn the lights back on. I mean, come on. I just cannot believe this is a horrible script. A horrible script in which people's lives have been pawned, dangled in front of the Coliseum, in front of your favorite Coliseum on Capitol Hill. So I guess a lot of people are, maybe they're rejoicing because now their favorite masters are back in the house. I mean, when the guy mentioned on that, they're going to clean the Capitol for visitors. I mean, if this is not a horrible, a Scottless Ridley movie, I don't know what is. Good morning, Charlie Siegler. Thank you so much for coming in and for loving on the like button. So yeah, I'm just saying, it's not that this is just tiresome. It's not even believable. But you better believe that there will be another shutdown. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do to prepare for the next one? Are you going to sit here and let these people, keep giving you these horrible narratives about how they're in the Coliseum working for you every day, and this one broke lines, and this one broke lines with the other team, and they came over and they agreed with us. I mean, the only thing they're missing is a freaking ship in the middle of the freaking Capitol. I mean, honestly, I'm just saying it's disgusting the way these people play with lives, the metaphorical, to me, the mockery. 40 days and 40 nights. I mean, I said that was symbolic from the very beginning. And then you talk about lights. Oh, the lights are back on. So, oh, you give the people a little bit of hope. You know, it's just so, there's so much abuse that I can't even, I mean, this is what we call government here in the U.S. A lot of people, the damage is already done. And for how long? For how long? And they say, oh, well, we've already got some bills in place for, you know, to avoid this from happening again. They're not going to guarantee you it's not going to happen again, because it's going to happen again. But I tell you, it's not going to keep happening, I think, the way that it is. It's just the stakes are just going to keep getting raised. That's what's going to end up happening, is that they're just going to keep raising the stakes every single time. And, you know, who knows whether you'll recover from it or not. And then they say, oh, well, they'll pay for it in the Republicans. Oh, yeah, well, we want to see the Democrats pay for it in November. And by that time, they know the American mind is fickle. They know that there's such a codependence on this illusion of choice, this dialectic, that there's not going to be there is no real consequence. There isn't one. What consequence do they have? What consequence? You know, I'm just saying, you're not going to vote your way out of, you're not going to vote your way out of this narrative. I mean, they're already on to the next narrative. It never sleeps. In fact, they are all overlapping. They're all overlapping. And I tell you, with their crisis containment, what they're going to do, I submit that they're probably getting ready to change a lot of the standards for what people are. They're getting ready to change the standards for which people will be able to apply for their SNAP benefits. And, you know, it's really disgusting. It's pathetic when they're the real one, when they're the ones that are being propped up by the sweat of the people's brow. That's their house. It's not the people's house. They've got their slaves and they're cleaning the house for visitors. Who wants to visit? Who's coming to visit? I mean, seriously? I mean, and even, you see the liners, oh, the Dems got nothing. Well, they got you out here begging for food, and maybe your lights were off. You know, the mockery of the common man in this is just staggering. I appreciate you guys so much for coming in here, loving on that like button, even in my in my ranty tone this morning. But I'm just saying, this stuff never ends, and I will eat the crow. I will eat the crow. But I tell you, it will. What I do know is it will happen again. But who knows? You know, they take you to the edge, and then they come back in, and then they, you know, it's your heroes. It's this whole hero warrior narrative that they've got you believing that not only did they save the day, that they have solutions, but they saved the day in this last shutdown. So, you know, they've had their history, they've had their narrative, they've had their mockery of the common man, they've had their mockery of you know, they've had their mockery with the 40 days and 40 nights. That was symbolic from the beginning. The concept of turning lights back on, the concept of, you know, darkness. Well, when there's famine and when there's drought, that is a crisis. And the fear of it will never go away. They never know when they're going to pull their bread back again, when their bread will not be available to them again. But, you know, here again, like I said, some of these people were already lulled back to sleep like 3 or 4 days ago. It didn't take 40 days and 40 nights for them to lull them back to sleep. No, it didn't. It was instantaneous that people were out here begging. And I don't know. I mean, things are not going to change the way that they're going right now, as long as people continue to see this elusive system, and that they have a choice, and that they have people working for them. And, well, you know, it's a shame, it's disgusting that they get paid and we don't get paid. Well, you know, they're not exactly living check to check. I'm sorry, but you're the 10 o'clock news, common man. You're the 10 o'clock news. You're the one paycheck away from from disaster. You're the one that's one paycheck away from being on the streets, not them. They know that. And now they want to go back to this whole healthcare narrative, which, how in the world can you trust people to give you healthcare when your healthcare when you're unhealthy is the profitability is where the profit is. I'm just telling you, it's just, I don't know. The system is just so, it's tiresome, and it's not only is it tiresome, but it's boring from a literary perspective. It really is. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but, plan wisely, because you don't know what in the world is in store for 2026. Shout out to the class of 2026. Derek C. Williams, I think Derek C. Williams was here last night, and many of you were here last night, and we talked about just things in general, like 2020, the class of 2020, the class of 2019, the class of COVID-19, class of COVID 2020, and I think we have another class that's on board right now. So I appreciate you guys per usual, but I just they're moving on to the next thing. They're already on to the next thing. It's like I said, when I run these things through my own X-ray machine, it says that, these things are overlapping. What else is going to come next? I submit that it'll be the digital ID. I had a piece that I didn't get to share with you guys last night in regards to how you can already allegedly turn your iPhone into digital ID. I mean, there's already been some features, whether you want to go with the whole thumbprint portion, the thumbprint capabilities, whether you go with a, dare I say, like a retina scan, or, it's already there. The infrastructure is already there. Can they go full scale? Can they scale all the way up right now? Probably not, but it's coming. It's coming, and you won't have anything to say about it. I think there's also a bill that I want to look into that I think that's also been passed. It's a House resolution bill, and I may get into that later if possible. But just know that with these funding bills that are going through right now, there was $203.5 million set up for enhanced security for them. Enhanced security. And not to mention, I'm not going to let it go the fact that they already have, that the Pentagon has already established a QRF, and that's a quick response force effective for January 1. So what in the world? There's something else out there. This is all scripted, folks. Your scripted Coliseum is open again today. The scripted people the people now they're going to give you your light back after 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights of mockery of the common man, and mockery of the people that follow Christ, of mockery of anything. It's all mockery. Okay? I didn't say it was Ridley Scott quality or whatever, or your favorite Hollywood, writer, but hey, it's definitely, it's enough to keep you in, to pull you in, and to keep you, what does they say? The enemy in the beginning, he knew that he could entice people through their gut, through their stomach. And this is no different. Good morning, Britannica. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you guys for loving on the like button. And I will come back later today, but I suspect that, that the digital ID is going to come, we probably already have, we've already had 5G infrastructure bills. I'm pretty sure we already have the infrastructure in place for some of the digital ID. I don't know. Like I said, they're coming up with more ways. To me, the next thing is going to be how they're going to shut you off, how they're going to shut you out before the next. Shutting you out will be the next crisis. Your compliance, they tested it in 2019, 2020, and we'll see what happens next. So once again, I appreciate you guys for coming in and loving on the like button. If you haven't had a chance to do it, if you really want to throw caution to the wind, you can share the stream out. You can share out any stream you want. Hey, matter of fact, don't just share this one out. Go into the archives and share any of that out, because the same players are still in the Coliseum, and the same players are still in the arena. They're very much in the arena. They love to bring to throw back their retired warriors, their You know, what is it? Gingrich is always on the news commentating, or Barack Obama. You know, they bring people out of retirement for their rhetoric. Just stay tuned. And I appreciate you guys once again for loving on the like button on this Thursday. And I'll probably see you guys later. I've got to get out of here for now. And thank you so much, Charlie Siegler, 1433, for coming in, as well as Britannica. All right, guys, I will see you later, probably later today. Got a little extra stuff going on this afternoon, but I will see you guys later with any updates or anything we want to run through the machine. All right, guys, bye for now.